Hello, my name is Debbie and I am co-founder of One Breath Institute. In today's live, I am going to be talking about sacrificing and giving and the difference between and how to recognize when you're sacrificing yourself. So let's talk about giving. We as a society, and I'm going to use the term we, it feels good to give, right? We're taught to give. Give your toy to share, let this person have some of your birthday cake, right? From an early age, we are taught that giving is supposed to be this wonderful thing, right? But what happens when we don't want to give? Keep that in mind. The action of giving is a mutual energetic exchange of love, of goodness, of joy. It's a moment of connection between the true authentic self and the other person, right? It's an energetic exchange. When I give, I want to give and connect so that the other person feels love, right? I'm also receiving. That's the present part of the gift, right? When we're giving, we are also receiving. It's that circular motion of positive energetic exchange. And it's a selfless act, right? And it's an uplifting act. It's an encouraging action. It feels wonderful to give. And that giving can look as in holding space. Giving can look as financial assistance, right? There is no expectation when giving. Let me say that one more time. No expectation when giving, okay? Because when we give from our being, and we give for life. We give to help. We give to inspire and to uplift. And so when one is truly giving, there is no room for anything negative or inferior to come up in the present moment or even down the road. So with that, giving can look like a lot of things, right? That can be taking on responsibilities. That could be sharing responsibilities and loads. And it could also be like gifts and holding space. So when you're finding yourself in those moments of like, I'm giving and giving and giving and no one's giving back to me, you've actually been sacrificing. Yeah, you've been sacrificing. Sacrificing comes from the mind. Sacrificing comes from the ego, right? And it's actually a huge awareness piece for you to say in this moment and to acknowledge in that moment, you may not have the self-esteem or the courage or the understanding of yourself to know that you don't have to do things for other people. You can't make them happy, right? When we give, we're giving because it's out of love and it's an energy exchange. Again, no expectation, right? When we find ourselves in doubt of why we're not receiving, the gifts from other people because we're giving so much, it's actually we're sacrificing so much and we're blaming the other person for our feelings. Wow. Yeah. We're blaming the other person for our feelings. And then we say, you made me feel this way. But they didn't. They didn't make you feel that way. You did. You made yourself feel that way. And I'm encouraging you to step into your own power and your own responsibility and acknowledge that when we sacrifice, there's an expectation. If you have in your feeling, in your body's feeling, and maybe even in the mind, the awareness piece, that if I give this, I'm going to receive this. Or if I give that, I'm going to receive something I'm currently lacking. That is not giving. That is sacrificing. So what do we do with this? What do we do when we're sacrificing so much and giving so much away? We're giving it so much away. We take time to learn our habits, we take time to breathe, and we take the space and create space to give what we're giving others back to ourselves, right? It's a moment of nourishing. It's a moment of refueling, of resting, and really giving yourself all the gifts and all the love that you possibly can, so that you can be in a space of true, authentic giving. Because again, giving comes from the heart. And when we give, it's that circular motion. We will automatically receive everything that we give, because there is no expectation. A classic example. A classic example that I think everyone can relate to is when you're driving or walking and you see someone asking for financial assistance, right? Holding up a sign or, whatever it may be. You may be triggered, you may be activated, right? And it may ignite something in you that makes you feel a certain way, that makes you want to give, right? Maybe it triggers a moment of when you didn't have enough, or, XYZ or XY, endless stuff. And then you give money to the person. And then maybe that person uses it in a way that you did not deem fit. That's not giving. That's sacrificing. That's sacrificing. Because what happened in that moment is that person triggered something in your body, and it made you feel a certain way when you didn't have enough, or maybe when you weren't feeling enough, right? And so instead of nurturing that feeling and giving to yourself, you gave away. You gave away to someone else. I'm not saying that type of action isn't good, right? There is goodness in it. But the reality is if we take things as energy exchange, because everything is energetic. Money, time, space, feeling, your job, your relationship, communication, that's energy. Everything we do is energetic, right? Our minds think that we're separate, but we're not. And if my intention when giving is coming from a place that feels not good, then that energy is carried with it, and thus it is not good. So how to acknowledge that you are sacrificing before you burn out, right? And if you're a frequent person that burns out all the time, then we got to switch it all up, right? We got to switch everything up. Boundaries, self-healing tools, self-nurturing tools, right? And it's a daily practice. And then after the daily practice, after a while, it just becomes so habitual that you're already there. You're already in that space. So yes, some self-healing tools. We can start with your breath. We can tune into your body. Anytime you're finding yourself gifting, and say, if it doesn't feel good, I'm going to honor myself and I'm not going to give more. Because at the end of the day, you're not responsible for anyone else but you. Not responsible for anyone else but you. Yeah. So take care of yourself. It's time to take care of yourself and to give yourself all that you would give another person. I hope that makes sense. That when you're finding yourself giving and it's a true moment of sacrifice, that there is no connection with the other person. There is none. And when we give and with love, and it comes back to us, and there is a connection. And so if it feels good, do. If it does not feel good, just wait a second. Okay. Much love, everyone. Mwah! Let me know any thoughts or comments in the comments below after this video. Thank you for those joining live, and thank you for those watching later on in the day or in the future. If you have any questions, thoughts, or feelings, all the above, it is welcomed, and I look forward to next time.